So as I continue on with my series, Whatever Happened to Them, somebody threw a suggestion out there. I'd like to thank that subscriber who threw that suggestion out there. And the suggestion was Ben Gordon. For future videos, anybody want to throw out a suggestion of what player I should cover whose career fell short or ended early, just push a suggestion in the comment section down below of this video. So like I said before, we're going to cover Ben Gordon. You remember Ben Gordon? He used to play for those Chicago teams in the mid 2000s. And I think he played for the Detroit Pistons from 2009 to 2012. And then he played 2 years for the Bobcats, and you didn't hear about him after that. He did play one more year in the NBA and the Orlando Magic before playing with the G League Texas Legends in 2017. Let's begin. Start off from the top. So, I always thought Ben Gordon was American. Technically, kind of is. So, he was born in London, England, to a Jamaican father and African-American mother. And then he moved to the United States as an infant, grew up in Mount Vernon, New York. Gordon played high school ball for the Mount Vernon Knights and helped lead the team to the 2000 New York State Public Federation Championships. Gordon was an all-state player at Mount Vernon and a top 40 recruit. He was heavily recruited by Seton Hall, but decided to attend the recently defending crown champion, I should say, and defending and crown champion UConn Huskies. As a freshman at UConn, Gordon ranked second on the team, scoring 12.6 points per game despite coming off the bench for most of the season. That's going to become very crucial later on in his NBA career. He hit the game-winning three-point shot against Villanova in the Big East tournament that year, 2001-2002 season. As a sophomore, Gordon averaged a team-leading 19.5 points, which he ranked 50th in the nation, and also led the Huskies with 156 total assists while earning second team all Big East honors when the Big East was actually Big East. It ain't so much now. And he did play for all 4 years. He was a 4-year player. In Gordon's junior and final year at UConn, 3-year player. My bad. He averaged a team leading 20.5 points, again ranked 50 in the nation, 4.7 rebounds and 4.5 assists, and also connected on 104 three-pointers, the second highest single total in UConn history. He set a Big East tournament record with 81 points, earning the tournament's most outstanding performers honors. He also earned the most outstanding player award of the Phoenix Regional Honors in the NCAA tournament. He also led the tournament field with 127 points as he lead the Huskies to an NCAA championship. So he did get a ring with them. Following his junior year, Gordon declared himself eligible for the 2004 NBA draft, and was selected third overall by the Chicago Bulls, one pick after his own teammate, Charlotte Bobcats, in UConn. I don't think he played with him on the Charlotte Bobcats, but Emeka Okafor, that's another person's career that didn't really blast up what it shouldn't be. Primarily playing the shooting guard position for the Bulls. Originally, he thought he would be drafted anywhere from 7 to 12. Like I said, he was third overall pick. As the draft got closer, he claimed to have an inkling that the Bulls might draft him third, as they did Michael Jordan 20 years earlier in the 1984 draft. He is quoted by saying, "I'm a guy who looks at the significance of numbers. Before the draft, I had no idea I would get drafted third. I thought I was going to anywhere from 7 to 12. As we started getting closer and I started getting an inkling that the Bulls could be a team that I can end up playing for, I started to look at the numbers. Michael Jordan was drafted by the Bulls, and he was third pick just like you." Quoted. Gordon wore the number 4 jersey in high school and college, and changed to number 7 with the Bulls because 4 was retired by Jerry Sloan many years before. In the same draft as Ben Gordon, there was Luol Deng, and I'll get into that later. So between Michael Jordan's departure in 1998 and Gordon's arrival in 2004, the Bulls did not win more than 30 games in the season. In his rookie year, Gordon helped a turnaround from a 3-14 start to a 47-35, secured the 4th seed in the playoffs. Wow. He averaged 15.1 points a game, 2.6 rebounds, and 1.9 assists per game, playing 24 minutes a game. He also finished with 21 double-digit fourth-quarter performances, 21, only second to LeBron James' 22 in the NBA. In the first playoff appearance in the post-Jordan era, the Bulls, without Luol Deng, lost to the Wizards in 6 games. After the season, Gordon became the first rookie in the league history to be awarded NBA Sixth Man Award. So this man was just primed to be a sixth man, because remember what I said earlier with UConn, he averaged 12 points off the bench as a freshman for UConn. And he kind of did the same thing in the NBA as a rookie, the only rookie to win an NBA Sixth Man Award. That's crazy. So also he won the NBA's Eastern Conference Rookie of the Year 3 times, January and March, and also voted on the NBA All-Rookie First Team. Now, Gordon also had a little bit of problems with his offensive game. The problems was he had too many turnovers. He averaged 4.46 points in 48 minutes in turnovers, 6th in the league in 04-05 season. This equated to, and I wouldn't say this is equated. One of the reasons, he had an overall lack of stamina in his rookie season. He is quoted by saying, "More than anything, I just wanted to come back in the fall and be better shape." This is after the season, his rookie season. He, I guess, did a lot of conditioning and to boost his performance. It says Gordon also revealed that he was in the process of designing an energy drink called BG7, an allusion to his initials and jersey number. Gordon unveiled the drink at 160 Blue, a restaurant co-owned by Michael Jordan. The drink was made with white tea with a very high amount of antioxidants and mostly polyphenols of any tea. I never even seen that before. In his sophomore campaign, Gordon alternated between the starting lineup and the bench, starting 47 games, mostly later in the half of the season, while coming off the bench for 35. The minutes Gordon played rose, as did his scoring averages. That year he averaged, his sophomore year he averaged 16.9, 1 point more than his rookie season. And like I said, he started in 47 games as well, playing 31 minutes, shooting 42% from the field, 43% from 3. He was a semi-good shooter, 78% from the free throw line, but from his rookie season to his sophomore season, he went down from 86 to 78. As he also averaged 2.7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 0.9 steals and 0.1 block in his sophomore year. And they also got to the playoffs that year, where he averaged 21 points a game. Who did they play in the playoffs that year? I think they played Washington, I think. No, Miami. Not Miami. Sorry, it was Miami they played that year. But they lost in 6 games in the first round. That same Miami Heat team that went to the NBA Finals and won it. On April 14, 2006, and the Bulls went over the Washington Wizards. Gordon tied Latrell Sprewell's NBA record for the most three-pointers made in the game without a miss with 9. In his third season, he made a big step forward for himself and the Bulls. He adjusted to becoming the team's starting shooting guard. I always thought he played point guard when I was little. I think Kurt Heinrich played point guard during that time. He averaged 21 points on 46% shooting in 33 minutes. Chicago rebounded from a 3-9 start to finish 49-33. On March 4, 2007, he established a career-high 48 points from a miraculous comeback effort win. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. He got the comeback win in his career high against my Milwaukee Bucks in an overtime game and a win 126-121. In the playoffs that season, the 07 playoffs, they played the Heat again. They won the series in 4 games. They swept the Heat. I remember this. Before the Heat, from 2020, The 2006-2007 Heat had the same issues. They would go to the similar teams, except the 2020 Heat lost in the finals. But I do remember this happening. I remember Dwayne Wade and the Heat was ridiculed for getting swept after winning. But anyways, I bet there's some stuff that's out of context that I had to look up. The reason why they did get swept in the first round as the defending champions. But the Miami Heat was the first team in NBA history to be swept. Defending champions to be swept in the first round. But the Bulls were lost to the Detroit Pistons in the second round, but were able to force the series to 6 games as initially falling behind 3-0. And I think the Pistons will play that Cleveland Cavaliers team that went to the finals as well. In his fourth season, 07-08 season, don't forget, I almost forgot that the Bulls, actually that was their first playoff series win in nearly a decade, beating the Heat. So everybody was on high expectations the next season. Gordon and Lou Aldane turned down offers for a contract extension, believing they can earn more money in free agency. Following a 9-16 start, their coach Scott Skiles at the time was fired and the Bulls did not recover. The Bulls would end up drafting, drumroll please, in the first round of the 08 draft, one Derrick Rose, raising questions about how Gordon and Rose can coexist in Chicago's backcourt, both being score-first guards. This is pretty much the end of Ben Gordon's time in Chicago. Pretty much, this will be his last season, the 08-09 season, because he would accept a 1-year qualifying offer for $6.4 million after being unable to secure a contract that he was hoping for. On December 27, 08, Gordon passed Scottie Pippen as the Bulls' career leader in three-pointers made, as had been the case in his previous 4 seasons. The Bulls' season got off to a rocky start. They did go to the playoffs. They didn't really. This is what I'm going to say about the Ben Gordon-Derrick Rose connection in the backcourt. I remember they kind of struggled in the beginning, but eventually they got it together. They would finish the season 15-8 to qualify for the playoffs at 41-41. They would push the defending champions, Boston Celtics, to 7 games. I remember that. I think that's the series that Kevin Garnett actually got hurt. It's one of the reasons why Boston did not get to the conference finals that year, the 09 season. But I remember this game. Critics and observers expected the Bulls to be a sweep. However, in that series, featuring the scoring exploits of Gordon, 42 points in Game 2, Ray Allen with 51 in Game 6, 7 overtime periods in 5 games decided by a single basket, the Bulls pushed the series to 7 games before finally losing. Gordon led the Bulls in scoring for the season and playoffs, averaging 20.7 and 24 points respectively. So 20.7 was the regular season, 24 is the playoffs. And like I said, that pretty much with Derrick Rose being on that team was the end for Ben Gordon on the Bulls. Because on January 09, Gordon signed a 5-year deal with Detroit Pistons worth $55 million and $60 million. Keep in mind, there was no more. I think AI was on this team, but there was no more Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups, I think, was traded to the Denver Nuggets. So the Detroit Pistons was looking for another shooting guard / point guard to help fill that void. That deal was worth $55 million. Yeah, like I said, $55 million and $60 million. With the Pistons, Gordon continued his role as 6th man off the bench. On July 9, 2010, Gordon scored the 10th million point in NBA history. After the season, he would have to have left ankle surgery. Skipping 3 years because nothing really happened. Gordon tied the NBA record for the most three-point shots made without a miss with 9. He scored 45 points to bring back the Detroit Pistons from a 25 deficit, but they would still end up losing to the Denver Nuggets 116-115. Skipping a couple months later, on June 26, 2012, Gordon and future round pick were traded to the Charlotte Bobcats that sent Corey Maggette to the Pistons. He didn't do really much with the Bobcats in his 2 years. He will be end up waived in 2014, and then he signed a 2-year, $9 million contract with the Orlando Magic in the 14-15 season, in which he would play his final game on March 22nd, 2015, in a 110-119 loss to the Denver Nuggets. In his final game, Gordon played for 14 minutes, recorded 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And he was waived on June 29, 2015. He signed with the Golden State Warriors during the Golden State Warriors run in 2015, the year after they won. But he was waived on October 14, only appearing in 2 preseason games. And then he played some time with the Texas Legends in the G League, and nothing really happened there. He was also part of the British national basketball team because of his British birth and dual citizenship. But he would miss it in 2012. He missed representing Great Britain in the 2012 Olympics. He missed the beginning of the Great Britain's 2012 pre-Olympic training camp in Houston, Texas. He said he could not commit to the team after being traded from Detroit to Charlotte. That was his reasons why. Skipping 2016, it was announced that Gordon would be selected for the Great Britain's 24-man roster for the Eurobasketball 2017 qualifiers. Gordon made Great Britain's 12-man roster for the Eurobasketball 2017 qualifiers, and during the qualification games, he averaged 9.2 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 3 assists. He also represented the United States national team in the 2003 Pan Am Games as well. And that was pretty much his last bit of ball, was pretty much the Eurobasketball. Now, post-playing career, things really went south for Ben Gordon. On June 4th, 2017, Gordon was arrested for pulling the fire alarms out of his Los Angeles apartment building. A couple months later, in October 2017, he was hospitalized for a psychiatric evaluation after an altercation with a female patron at a holistic wellness center in his hometown of Mount Vernon, New York. A month later, he was arrested again for punching the manager of an apartment complex, pulling a knife on him, and robbing him of his security deposit. He was ticketed, then released on $50,000 bail, and had to appear in court. Now, I don't think many people heard about his shortcomings, and probably until I didn't hear about it until 2022. But apparently, in February 20th, he revealed that he was suffering from bipolar disorder, and detailed his battles with mental illnesses, his retirement, an article about mental health for the Players Tribune, including a suicide attempt. Skip 2 years later, October 10th, this is when I first started hearing about his unfortunate shortcomings. Ben Gordon was arrested for allegedly punching his son at LaGuardia Airport in New York. He subsequently was resisting arrest as well. Gordon's son had ordered protection since 2018, legally barring his father from taking him outside of Illinois and committing physical abuse, harassment, or interference with personal liberty. Shortly afterwards, in early December, he was arrested and sent to Harlem Hospital after attempting to stab several people with sewing needles. On April 4th, 2023, Gordon was arrested again and taken into custody after he had allegedly threatened employees of a juice shop with a knife in Stamford, Connecticut. And I don't think much has been said about him since then. I would say, and I ain't gonna would say, it's very sad to hear that. I have uncles who suffered from the same type of mental illness, and it ain't pretty. It's not good. Hopefully, he's still getting the help he can get. Hopefully, people don't think he's a monster. I really don't play with people who have mental illness. I don't take light of it. I think this country needs to do a little bit better with it. Still trying to stigmatize it. I think we as a people are becoming less I won't say less, but becoming more tolerable or more understanding with people who are battling mental illnesses such as Ben Gordon. Hopefully he can get better. Let's see here. Career achievements so far. That's pretty much it. Career achievements in his NBA career. Like I say, he was NBA Sixth Man of the Year in 2005. He's an NBA All-Rookie First Team, NCAA Champion in 2004. First Team All Big East in 2004. Second Team All Big East in 2003. Big East Tournament MVP in 2004 as well. He scored 11,084 points, averaging 14.9 points a game. 1,851 rebounds, 2.5 rebounds, 1,868 assists, averaging 2.5 assists. Let's see here. Keep moving. His probably best year of scoring was the 06-07 season when he averaged 21 points a game. It's actually his better year from the field goal. He shot 45% from the field and played in all 82 games and started in 51. Yep. His best shooting year from the three was 43%, and that was his sophomore year. His best year in the playoffs was his last time in the playoffs. He averaged 24.3 points a game in 7 games, shot 38%, 37%. Like I say, he's one of the NBA's career 3-point field goal leaders as well. Ben Gordon, I have to say his career was slightly average. He never was an MVP type candidate. He wasn't even an all-star type candidate. He was a good role player, pretty much a sixth man. That's pretty much what he is. But I really do hope he gets the help he needs as well, because I don't want to hear anything worse than what he has suffered already. So that has been Gordon for you guys. Tell me what you guys think.